Hi everyone and welcome to the final part of my review on the Doctor Who Christmas Adventure figure set, and in this part of the review I shall be reviewing the non-electronic TARDIS. Now, as I said before, this is a non-electronic version of the TARDIS, so it probably isn't as fun to play with as the version that came with lights and sounds earlier in the year. However, there has been one improvement made to it, and that improvement is the white windows. Now, the windows on the electronic version of this TARDIS were actually black, whereas in the show the windows are actually white, so I like that they've redone them, and it is quite a nice improvement and it does look a bit more accurate. Now I'm going to show you the detail of this TARDIS toy. On the front doors you've got the St. John's Ambulance logo, which the first and second Doctor's TARDIS also featured. We can see this notice which says police telephone, free for use of public, advice and assistance obtainable immediately, officers and cars respond to all calls, port open. And then you've got the little handle on it which reveals the telephone inside, which is very nicely detailed. It's been painted with brown and gold, and I think this is meant to look like one of the first telephone sets. Also at the top of each side of the TARDIS it says police public call box. And at the top you've got this nice light which is accurate to the light which is on top of the 11th Doctor's TARDIS. However, as you can see, there is no bulb inside this one because the lights and sounds have been taken away. Also on the TARDIS there are lots of little lines on it which are to make a wooden texture for it. You can probably just see some of them down there, and when you stroke your fingers on the TARDIS you can actually feel the wooden texture. Now, I think I did say earlier in this video that this version of the TARDIS has been made from the sculpt of the previous electronic version, so even though this one is not electronic, it still features the speakers and the battery compartment. Now, I do think it would have been better if for this version the speakers and the battery compartment weren't there, because when I did hear that this version wasn't going to be electronic, I thought they wouldn't be there, so I do think it would have been better if these weren't actually on this one, since it isn't actually made to be electronic. But I still do really like it for all the detail that it has, and that it is really accurate as well. And now I'm going to show you on the inside. Now, it might not be bigger on the inside, but when you open up the doors you can see the inside of the 11th Doctor's TARDIS. Now, in the picture we can see the stairs and also some of the background with the spheres, and in the inside you can fit both of the figures from this set. I'll just put them in like so. Just bring in Amy. And even though it is a bit of a tight squeeze, they can still actually fit in, so you can close the doors and just keep the two figures inside. And also at the bottom of the TARDIS you've got the brown floor, which is detailed, but you probably just can't see it because it is quite dark. And there is that button there, so if you want to close the door you can just close it without having to use your hands to pull it. And that is all I have to say for the inside. I think it's just fine the way it is. It's all accurate and the pitch they've used is just fine. We'll just close the doors. And something else that I haven't pointed out about this version is that it does also feature the spinner at the bottom, so you can hold the TARDIS from the top and then put your finger in the spinner so you can spin it around as if it's going through the time vortex. And overall, I think this version of the TARDIS is good. I mean, I think it's nice that they've changed the windows from black to white, so it's a bit more accurate, and I think the detail all around it just makes it look really nice and very accurate at the same time. And out of 10, I give the non-electronic TARDIS from the Christmas Adventure set a very well earned 9 out of 10. There are a lot of things that I like about it, like the detail all around it and also the feature of the opening doors. However, I do think it would have been better if this version didn't feature the speakers and the battery compartment, seeing as it isn't meant to be electronic. And now I'm going to tell you my final thoughts. Now, overall, I think the Christmas Adventure set is a really nice set. Both variants of the Doctor and Amy are really nice figures, and I actually can't decide which one's my favourite out of the two. Sometimes I'm thinking, yeah, definitely Amy, and then I'm thinking, maybe the Doctor, but I really can't decide. And even though I really do like both of the figures, and I like the TARDIS as well, I do think this set would have been a bit better if perhaps the stripes on the Doctor's jacket were a little less visible, and perhaps if the Doctor's jacket was a bit darker. And I do think it would have been a little bit better if the TARDIS didn't have the speakers in the battery compartment. But apart from that, I think this is a absolutely fantastic set that I'd highly recommend. And out of 10, I give the Christmas Adventure set a very well earned 8 out of 10. It's a really good set. Both of the figures are really nice. However, there are a couple of things that I do think could have been improved. And that is all I have to say for my review of the Christmas Adventure set. Thanks for watching, YouTubers, and I shall see you again soon. And my next review should be Angel Bob.